fourth graders, welcome to Book Day. Today, our book is called All the Way to Havana. Havana is the name of a city that's in Cuba. And before we read this book today, I want you to have some background information about cars in Cuba. Check it out.
Scroll through Havana's Instagram geotag and you'll see countless photos of colorful cars. The streets of Cuba are teeming with 60,000 classic American cars, and it's an iconic experience for the island's visitors. A majority of tourists can tell a story about riding down the Malecón in a hot pink Chevy Bel Air or driving through Havana city center in a baby blue Cadillac. But how did these classic cars get there? And more importantly, why did they stay? In the 1940s and 1950s, Cuba had a strong urban middle class, and this class had a passion for American cars. Cuba imported over 125,000 American cars, and at one point, Havana was considered the Cadillac capital of the world. Shortly after Fidel Castro came to power in 1959, a ban was placed on imported cars and car parts. American tourism to Cuba came to a halt, and 1.4 million Cubans left the country, leaving behind their families, homes, and cars. These abandoned cars were passed on to family or friends and became prized possessions, with owners who were willing to do whatever it takes to keep them on the road. Cubans turned to their ingenuity. Parts from tractors or lawnmowers became makeshift engines, and shampoo turned into brake fluid. The cars are a symbol of hard work, but they're also a source of income.
Today's vocabulary word is shimmering. Repeat. Shimmering. It's an adjective. It means gleaming or glistening. Like a precious pearl when it catches the light. I wonder how our vocabulary word will relate to our book a day. Let's find out. All the way to Havana. In our story today, there's going to be quite a bit of onomatopoeia, and there are also going to be some really beautiful similes. Your job as a reader today is to look for those things. We have a gift and we have a cake, and today we're going to drive all the way to the big city to see my new baby cousin on his 0-year birthday. Wait a minute, 0-year birthday? I wonder what that is. Some of this island's old cars purr like kittens, but ours is so tired that she just chatters like a busy chicken. Kata, 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 kata. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Today, kata kata sounds like a tiny baby chick. Pew, 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 psh. Papa opens the trunk and lets me hand him the heavy toolbox. Then he raises the hood to show me all the rattling parts that have been fixed with wire, tape, and mixed up scraps of dented metal. He listens to each tapping, taka taka, noise that kata kata makes as together we struggle to fix all the grunts, squeals, and grumbling clunk clunks that should be busy cluck cluck clucks. I choose a wrench and a bolt and a belt. No luck. But we keep trying and trying, even though all the silly noises are still a mystery unsolved. We don't give up. We experiment. We invent. A twist here, a tightening there, move this, hold that, until finally, after discouraging minutes that feel like endless hours, Kara Kara once again begins to sound like a chattering hen. The road is bumpy, and our noisy car ends up so crowded with friendly neighbors who need a ride that I feel like we're traveling in a barrel of elbows and knees. But we have a gift and we have a cake, and we're driving to my new baby cousin's 0-year birthday. Look at how many people are in that car. So we purr, cara cara, and we glide, taka taka, and we zoom zoom. Zoom, cluck cluck cluck, beside farms, forests, beaches, and forts. Toward the curved road by the seawall, where Mommy points out noisy old cars of every color, yellow, pink, purple, green, orange, and even a bright red car with huge fins, like a lurking shark. I'm glad that Cara Cara is peacefully blue, like the clear sky above and the wide sea beyond. Some of the noisy old cars around us have torn seats, shattered windows, and cracked mirrors. Many of the cars roar, growl, whine, or putt-putt. But most just honk, honk, honk as they glide bumpity bump on potholed city streets. Where people lean over crumbling balconies as laundry dances and a sea breeze sings. When we finally reach Tia's house, Tia is how you say aunt in Spanish. I hug Abuelo, Grandpa, and everyone smiles as we admire the funny baby boy who is too little to know how to open a gift, or play with the box and the ribbon, or build a teetering mango and pineapple tower. Look at that family. After lunch, cake, music, and a happy birthday fiesta, I need a quiet siesta. But when I wake up, I discover that it's already time to start driving home. So we zoom and bump all the way back to our little village, where we will soon have a chance to cara cara, taka taka, pio pio, clunk, sleep. The next morning, we have to work under the hood once again, never giving up, never losing hope. I'm eager to help Papa guess which tool is best. When he asks me which city trip car I liked most, the answer is easy. Our car. This noisy blue one with its ragged seats and cloudy windows, because Cara Cara already belonged to our family on the day when Abuelo, my old grandpa, celebrated his 0-year birthday. Someday, Abuelo's car will be yours, Papa promises, making me feel as proud and powerful as the bold eagle that makes Cara Cara's sky blue hood look so brave. That's the end of the book. There's an author's note. I'll read it to you quickly. It says, due to a complex historical situation, many of the American cars on the island of Cuba are pre-1959 and so old that parts under the hood have been replaced many times, often with makeshift inventions. Despite more than half a century of poverty and hardship, The Cuban people remained so creative that they managed to keep machines of all sorts running long past the age when wealthier people would discard them. This simple poem about the island's noisy old cars is intended as an expression of admiration for the everyday ingenuity of poor people everywhere who have to struggle, persevere, create, and invent on a daily basis, never losing hope. I like that one. Let's go back to our vocabulary word, shimmering.